Exploring the deep, more than 2 miles down, a submarine searches for signs of life. Dr. Bruce Robeson of the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute is exploring the extreme environment of the deep ocean.
Deep water below, say, 1,000 meters is a harsh place to live. It's cold, the pressure is very high. There's not a superabundance of food.
This is a world that would be lethal for most animals, with few exceptions.
Gelatinous animals can respond to harsh conditions quite readily because they're very simple. We went all the way to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, and we saw jellies down at least 10,900 meters.
Jellyfish are one of only a handful of creatures that can live at extreme depths. They can thrive almost anywhere. In the icy Arctic, the extreme heat of an ocean vent, the total darkness of the deep ocean, environments that would kill most animals. These venomous creatures are perfectly adapted to take over the world's oceans. There seems to be no place in the seas beyond the reach of the expanding jellyfish swarms. And once they invade territory, their impact can be devastating.
Once they become established, it's easy for them to keep the prior residents from coming back by feeding on the eggs and larvae of other species that would like to displace them and move back in.
Jellyfish can make it nearly impossible for other large creatures to survive. Japan. This island nation depends on the sea. Millions of tons of fish are consumed here every year, and commercial fishing is a vital part of life. "4 a.m. The Tsushima Strait. A fishing boat hauls in its nightly catch. But something is wrong. Instead of the usual bounty of fish, nets are coming up with thousands of pounds of jellyfish. Giant jellyfish. The fish that remain are badly stung. Pumped full of venom, they are unfit for human consumption. Known as nomoras, these jellies used to bloom only once every 40 years. But since 2002, these jellies have poured into the Sea of Japan by the billions. More than 20 billion nomoras, over 3 times the human population of Earth. An overwhelming invasion. Compared to most jellies, nomoras are colossal. The largest weigh in at some 450 pounds and measure 12 feet in circumference. And no one knows where they come from. Gigantic jellyfish are invading the Sea of Japan. It is a battlefield. Japanese fishermen are becoming masters at the art of killing jellyfish. Armed with rubber boots and heavy gloves, protection from masses of venomous tentacles, they slaughter the hordes of gargantuan nomoras. The gruesome, dismembered remains pour back into the sea. Floating down into the depths. The giant jelly invasion is an economic catastrophe. Commercial fishing has taken a huge financial hit.
Last year we had 2 million yen in damage. I hate them the most. I hate jellyfish the most.
Here, Nomoras have become the enemy, and Japan is fighting back. The Japanese government has hired a specialist. Naoto Honda's mission is to track and stop the jellyfish. Gathering intelligence on these creatures' movements will be vital in the battle against them. Naoto's secret weapon? Satellite tags.
This is called a pop-up archival tag. Place it on an animal in the water. It measures the undersea level, depth, and water temperature.
He's devised an innovative way of attaching the device.
This is a product I created to put the tag on the jellyfish. The jellyfish is caught through this loop. It's tightened around the neck. It does not harm the jellyfish.
It will remain on for nearly a month and will transmit data back to a satellite. Naoto's research is already showing results. Nomoras have a voracious appetite. They feed on clouds of tiny microorganisms called zooplankton. Their flowing arms, covered with hundreds of tiny mouths, suck the plankton into a massive stomach. A single jellyfish can clear an Olympic swimming pool full of zooplankton in a single day. Naoto's tracking data is revealing that Nomoras directly follow their prey. By day, they feed on zooplankton swarms hovering near the surface of the ocean. But when night falls, the plankton descend into deeper water. And so do the jellies. Nomoras seemingly hunt, chasing prey into the depths by night and back to the surface by day. Forecasting their diving cycle has helped the Japanese government implement a kill plan. During the day, government-sponsored boats now drag giant kill nets through surface waters where the jellyfish are feeding, slicing entire swarms of jellyfish to pieces. But this slaughter of the jellies may in fact be catastrophically counterproductive. Dr. Shinichi Ue has been studying the Nomoras since they arrived in 2002, trying to explain their sudden domination of Japanese waters. This invasion could be a glimpse of what's to come in every ocean on Earth.
This is This is female, huh?
Shin has hauled this mature female into his tiny boat to harvest its sex organs. He's discovering that each female contains millions of eggs, and males are brimming with billions of sperm. Through his work, Shin is gaining new insight into the Nomura's sex life. Understanding how they reproduce may be the key to unlocking the mystery of their sudden proliferation. Shin has learned that for these creatures, death may be the ultimate aphrodisiac. When under attack, Nomura seem to deploy a sudden survival tactic. They instantly release all their eggs and sperm to ensure the survival of their species. Hacking jellies to bits may only be producing more of them. Every single animal the fishermen kill, giving rise to millions more. Releasing thick clouds of billions of eggs and sperm into the waters. Seeding the seas with countless future generations of jellyfish. The fertilized eggs sink into the depths and become polyps, rooting themselves to the ocean floor, nearly indestructible, reproducing asexually, endlessly cloning themselves. They can survive like this for years, even decades, hidden in the deep, until something unknown triggers a sudden transformation. By the millions, colonies of polyps suddenly release tiny, free-swimming jellyfish. The birth of a new swarm. But what exactly triggers this bloom of billions of jellies is a mystery. Different species follow different patterns. Some of them bloom in phase with the moon. Others can lie dormant for nearly half a century. But something has changed in our oceans. Jellyfish are blooming more often, in bigger and bigger swarms. And here in the Sea of Japan, gargantuan blooms of Nomura's jellyfish are dominating the waters. But why? The answer to this riddle is the jelly's greatest secret. For years, scientists have struggled to understand what triggers jellyfish to bloom. Chad Widmer runs the jellyfish breeding program for the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Chad's job is to spawn jellyfish to stock these spectacular exhibits. His lab is cramped with giant vats of plankton, tanks filled with brews of nutrients, and aquariums brimming with jellyfish larvae.